Yeah, thanks for tuning in to No Flag Radio. I'm your host, P. Kicking it live with y'all, man, even though I'm not on YouTube, man. They kicked me off YouTube for a week, y'all, because I got on this mass murdering white supremacist terrorist who was an anti-black killer who killed multiple black people. They didn't like to hear nobody talk about this satanic gang member, Adam Waffen member, killing black people because he's white. That's why they didn't want it on YouTube. They called it hate speech for discussing what he did and discussing his background and who he's affiliated with in the United States military, like Adam Waffen, shit like that. They didn't want to hear that shit. They hate it. They call that hate speech. But yeah, today we talking about Black Socialists of America trolling ADOS on motherfucking Twitter. So I just got put onto a group on Twitter. It's a new face jumping on the against foundational Black America train called the Black Socialists of America. I want to get into them because our brother Tariq Nasheed, shout out to the brother Tariq Nasheed, he saw fit to put his followers onto this and put us on notice about it. And he framed it like this. They say, hey man, the Democrats may be trying to align with some sort of grassroots socialist movement, black socialist movement in America, namely black. That's what I would assume that he was trying to get at. And he framed it as them running a con, basically. He used the term con to try and enlist, in my opinion, what appears to be another kindle into the fire of kind of saccading America's eyes away from reparations that are owed to American descendants of slaves. I can see that. And on this channel, y'all know we've broken down the actual definition of socialism. It's where government essentially has no control over the factors of production. They don't have any role in making a product economy. All that is left in the hands of the people to make products, to control all the factors of production, building plants, building fucking factories, all kind of shit like that, right? We looked at hyper-socialism. We talked about Venezuela, where people who are supposed to be doing all the building, all the factors of production, all that shit is in the hands of the public. They're supposed to be managing that. And what we seeing in Venezuela, that shit is like, motherfuckers just wake up every day like, well, you know, it's really not my bag. I ain't really feeling that whole building a plant thing, bringing in no bulldozers, trying to knock down no buildings, trying to knock down no walls and build up no structures and build up no factories, build no plants. I don't feel like calling up architects and engineers and hiring and firing. I don't feel like really doing all that. Really, I don't feel like doing all that. I just want to get something to eat. You know what I'm saying? I went to work, got some money in my pocket, and get something to eat. You know what I'm saying? So there's a productivity gap in a place like Venezuela. I think they said Sweden is also coming up to go through that shit as well. I believe it was Sweden. I was reading an article not too long. What kind of glanced at the article not too long ago, and I think it was Sweden that came up. It was comparing Sweden, I believe, to, you know, what Bernie Sanders was kicking about socialism. He's a democratic socialist, right? He's the socialist of the whole democratic thing. If you didn't know, he's a self-defined socialist. And they were trying to compare what he be kicking to the disruption that it caused in a white enclave. So it ain't just in a place like Venezuela. It's in white places too. All right? But they basically have no products being made. They basically have no products to buy and a bunch of money in their pocket. They got money in their pocket, but they ain't got shit to spend it on. So the people is really assed out in these places. We also looked at the way the white supremacists use the term. that was important because I was talking about coded language in that video that I did, breaking down socialism. It was a post I did about Yvette Carnell and the things he was, some of the people her fanship had to say about Black Patriarch. That was that video. Interesting video. Go watch that on my YouTube. That shit fire. Go watch that on my Black Junction. That shit fire. We talked about how the white supremacists use the bastardized version of socialism. You know, for them, they try to say socialism means welfare and people wanting handouts, something for nothing. That's how they frame it. That's white supremacist coded language, how they use it, right? So, to lift up a movement that claims to be black, that's running with the term socialism, you know it's going to be swooped up underneath the bastardized term that the dominant society is going to attribute to it. If the people that are behind the Black Socialists of America movement, if they not lit enough to really check the motherfucking dominant society on that particular aspect, like, you got to check them on that. Like ADOS, we lit as a motherfucker. We check anybody trying to misterm and misidentify what we do and try to run bases with it. They get checked fucking with us. Black socialists, or should I say Black Socialists of America, because we don't want that to become like a slang term, or Black Socialists, Black Socialists. No. Black Socialists of America, that's a 501c3. It's its own organization. Don't try to just attribute blackness with socialism and then your bastardized term of it. Don't play that, white supremacist society. You can't fool us. But Black Socialists of America, and even Black Socialists in general, goddamn it, just over the years, man, we ain't seen no warriors in recent history, I'll say. We ain't seen no real warriors in recent history from Black Socialists that really go hard against white supremacy, that really go hard against white supremacist society for any motherfucking reason. So, I look at that. That is a thorn that sticks out to me. But there's this group called the Black Socialists of America. Let me put their picture up. Here go the founders right there. The guy on the right with the motherfucking baby fro. His name is Sean, quote unquote Sean. And the guy on his left that looked like Guru, his name is Z. Just goes by the letter Z, right? And they've been trolling on Twitter, trolling ADOS on Twitter. Let me go to my screen that kind of saves the energy a little bit. I like this screen. It saves the energy, and you can see my shop, my teespring.com. All that shit on there. That's what I like it for. That's what I like it for. But yeah, these dudes been trolling ADOS, and I say, man, that's some strange ass shit. To me, that's strange. Right? You dudes is people that claim to deal in politics, and you about making the current system of government, capitalism, you making that, I'm gonna say government, the current system of exchange, capitalism, you want to make that your punching bag. Motherfucker, by all means, make that your punching bag. Go with it. But for them to spin back around and make time to seek out ADOS on social media and seek out dust-ups with us, an apolitical lineage that's focused on the economics of a lineage, that is super suspect to me. Super duper suspect. What I think it is, I think it boils down to this, that these guys, when they started their nonprofit known as the Black Socialists of America, they started in 2017, they didn't think that ADOS would enter the picture of economic conversation. I'm going to frame it like this. I don't think they thought that ADOS would enter the picture of economic conversation. This lineage-minded group. They didn't think that their socialism crusade would have to factor in the demands of a lineage, or have to be tried against the demands of a lineage in America, making claims to something as important as reparations. You understand? Because what does reparations do? It puts an onus on government to do something, right? Government has mandatory spending to dole out, discretionary spending to dole out of the GDP. We talked about that. I put up a community post about that. And that's what socialism is partly about dismantling, is the government's role in giving monetary allowances and allotments to the public sphere. Government intervention in the public sphere. That's what their system of exchange, socialism, is partly about dismantling. That's why I think they trolling. They didn't plan on having to, they just thought their narrative of black socialism of America, they thought that was just going to be what it was. They didn't factor in their blueprints of this organization that, oh, we might have to see if our thought, this black socialism of America thing, if that can stand up to someone making a legitimate lineage claim to money that will come from governance. They didn't plan on that. We caught them off guard with it. They were not prepared for it. So out of spite and not having a response to it, they're doing their measure of trolling and hating on YouTube. All right? I'm saying YouTube, Twitter, goddammit. Motherfucker, they hating. Everywhere I've seen them, they've been kicking hate. Motherfucker, this ain't what we're going to allow them to do. But they can do it, but they're not going to get traction. We're not going to have it. They're going to know that we're not going to have them. We're not going to have them, right? And I want to explain the other reason why I think they're trolling in a bit. It's a doozy. It's a doozy. But I want to say that first. Just know that the black socialists of America, they weren't prepared for ground state blacks to unify behind some lineage specific money that's owed by the government. And socialism just gives them a perfect soapbox from which to downplay that, right? That's why I agree in a sense where Tariq's talking about this might be a Democrat move trying to frame up this grassroots socialism organization. Yeah, because socialism is the platform. They know that can't nobody else bring reparations, hatred, and ADOS troll into us because we done put everybody heads on the wall. Don't nobody got no clearance with us. So let's find somebody black that will be willing to do it. And we're going to look into why somebody black doing it. It's a reason that y'all would probably already fucking guess. But they just didn't plan for our lineage to gang up in the way that we have when they planned out their little blueprint for black socialists of America. That's the overarching point. And hey, so y'all, tough break, too bad, too motherfucking bad. Y'all just gonna have to roll with this kind of punch that we giving black socialists of America. Y'all gonna have to roll with it because, you know, y'all, hey, what can I say? Y'all are harassing us from a very spiteful place. And y'all can link up with whoever y'all want. Link up with the Democrats, link up with goddamn Man on the Moon. I don't give a fuck. Y'all can let whoever wants to use y'all as a Trojan horse into black politics, into the black political sphere. Let whoever y'all want to use y'all. But I can't tell y'all how many motherfuckers we done embarrassed, is what I want to say again. How many motherfuckers we done embarrassed coming up against us? Motherfucking punk ass Roland Martins, the punk ass Angela Rye's, the Joanne Reeds, the Mark Thompsons, the Kamala Harris's. All these slander motherfuckers, these slander-minded slander artists, right? Nyla Burton, Amy Wang, all these haters. So play with us if you want to. It's not going to be good for y'all or for the longevity of y'all's little spotlight, I should say. I'll say it like that. So they don't say we doing hate speech. Say everything hate speech, punk motherfuckers. But of course, this is going on Black Johnson. But I'm gonna try to post it to YouTube. Fuck it, I'm gonna try to post YouTube anyway. You know what I'm saying, just for the fuck of things. I got a big fan base over there. Fuck they talking about. But let's go on to their Twitter, y'all. So from their Twitter, these guys claim to be Black Socialists of America, and they did a little explanation on Twitter that I think fucked them up to me. This is where they fucked up to me. Because they were trying to explain what it take to be a Black Socialist of America. What it take to be down with their organization, their 501c3. Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up. They say this, and I hope y'all can see that. Let me see if y'all can see that. Can y'all see that whole thing? Let me move it over a little bit. There we go. Y'all read that? Black Socialists of America. This is from their Twitter. If you identify as an African American socialist, meaning you come from a first, second, third generation, third, etc. generation African immigrant family, and identify closely with our ideology or praxis as a provisional organization, please contact us via DM or email us through the form below. And then Tariq got on. It was like, man, y'all are immigrants. Y'all Africans. You're African immigrants. And y'all are busy trolling is what I'm looking at. Y'all trolling. So, there you go, y'all. You know, to be a Black Socialist of America, you got to be an African immigrant. What else is there to be said about the possible motive these people have in being haters upon us? We've seen a lot of different swaths of the African community, in particular African continent, come up with hate on their breath, playing with us, right? When it comes to us speaking about our apolitical, lineage cognizant, reparative concept that we put into our government, the government that we built, not Africans. Africans didn't build America's government. African didn't build anything that the Africans enjoy in America. They didn't build any of it. We built it, right? So it's concept that even apply to them, but they're making time to try to wedge in socialism and troll ADOS. They're trolling us. I'm going to show y'all some of the fronts in which they're trolling so y'all can feel it and know and be like, yeah, y'all some hoes. But like I said, man, goddamn it. They're here to pump some African shit. They're on some African shit and they're coming off as haters too. I won't let them forget that they're haters as well. We're seeing hate come from them. I'll touch on an important aspect of that. But, you know, there were some people in the comments that was like, man, these people, they could be motherfucking, or in the thread, it's like, these folks, they could be white supremacists trying to be Africans. They could be this and that. They could be whatever. And, you know, they come off very, very anti-foundational Black American. That's what I'm concerned with. I was watching an interview with these guys, and they both seem real off, real awkward. That was where I got that picture from that y'all saw in the beginning. I forgot what the name of the show was. Democracy in Motion. I think Democracy in Motion, I think is the name of this show that they appeared on a couple years ago, right as it was getting started. Democracy in Motion. White dude was interviewing them. You know, they seem real awkward in this interview. You know what I'm saying? I know, man, a lot of African people, man, when they're not around other Africans, when they're in front of white people, they get real soft. I mean, they get real mild. Anybody else, they gorilla chest beating, but when they're around white people, y'all notice they get real mild. Real mild manner. Come on, real awkward when white daddy in the house. And that's how they was this interview. Real, I don't know. And they around us is, oh, brother, we are strong. We about warrior, brother. We are strong warrior, brother. A white daddy clip a microphone to your shirt and you whispering and pispering. I'm like, okay, yeah. So these guys are trying to build a coalition of African immigrants around some socialism shit. And I want to kick a little history to y'all, just so y'all know, in Africa, since they talk in Africa, I don't see how any African would want to jump behind this. Because think about it. Think about this shit. In the late 50s was when a lot of those countries in Africa were becoming free from colonial grip, free from white grip, free from capitalism, right? And a lot of them adopted socialism in replacement of capitalism, right? African countries. The countries that Africans be running from to come over here. Running from. Okay, a lot of them adopted, so a lot of these people are running from socialist countries. And look, understand this fact too. Countries like, Ghana, they went to socialism and then came back to capitalism. They went back to socialism. They said, man, they went back from socialism. They said, man, this shit ain't working. We ain't finna do this shit no more. This shit ain't working no more. And they said, fuck it. We're going back. Senegal, another country, had socialism for a little bit right after they got free from capitalism, went back to it, man. Fuck it, man. We need, man, get back into this shit. We need a product economy. Fuck the bullshit. So this is how I also expect these guys to be looked at as a fucking fraud when they come over talking some socialism and you got to be an African. It seems like this is nothing but an African hate group. A hater group is what I want to say. Not a hating group, but a hater group. It's just a place for them to come together and be haters. Y'all understand? Because they already know socialism don't work. Look at how it didn't work in Africa. Why would they come from a place where it wasn't working and then come here to try to pretend like they want to make it work, but then want to say something about ADOS and have these dust-ups with us online about how we feel about immigrants. I heard them, they kick so much crap. How we feel about immigrants. Oh, we need to do this. We need to think this way about, trying to get us to manicure what we think about immigrants, trying to get us to manicure what we think about capitalism, this and that. I don't want to hear that. You come off real sus to me. Y'all understand? Y'all understand what I'm saying? So just a little bit of African history can show you that these are imposters. They ain't for real about what they talking about. They come to be haters. All right? Don't be fooled by that. I don't want us to be fooled by that. I think we too bright for that. We too smart for them. They think we dumb, but we smarter than them. They playing dumb. Or they are dumb, rather. Not playing. They really are the fuck dumb. Alright? Trying to take America back to the shit that Ghana was doing before they started doing the shit that we do out here. You know what I mean? This is just a conglomerate of African haters, y'all. I need y'all to see this shit. That's what I see this shit as. Then they sitting on social media trolling. It's just a meeting point for hater ass Africans is what Black Socialists of America is, y'all. I saw something else too. I want to touch on this. Something else I found interesting. These Black Socialists of America, these African immigrants, as far as we concerned, the African League of Haters, as far as we concerned, you go to their Twitter and they talk about, they prioritize shit like, ecological crisis of the world on top of socialism, right? But then they make time to find people like ADOS try to say we should be pro-immigrant, we should be all this. They got on Tariq. They tried to get on Tariq. And the people from ADOS who was jumping on their back trying to say we need to be pro-immigrant and I'm seeing that as a lane where they want to try to again kick up ADOS's anti-immigrant rhetoric. I'm seeing that they're fishing to have a way to pull that kind of rhetoric out, right? But we ain't falling for it. They're just fishing for it. Their stupid ass organization, right? But I got a problem with that though. I got a problem with that. You know what I mean? Like, they're under the thought lineage that we should be hugging in all immigrant groups. And I put up a tweet that got its share of a lot of likes, enough likes, I think, correcting them on that. Correcting them on their notion that ADOS need to be on some hugging and loving and just immigrant exclusivity, just love immigrants and just do whatever immigrants say, do whatever immigrants say they need to have done. Genuflect to the immigrant. Please, please, please genuflect to the immigrant like we ain't been doing it for centuries. But here we go. Here's their tweet. Watch. Listen to it. Peep it out. So, in that thread, right below where they say Black Socialists of America, they retweeted Tariq talking about, well, Tariq was like, man, you're immigrants. Y'all are immigrants. So, of course, y'all will want people to be on immigrant time with y'all, but, you know, we're not doing that. We're not playing that. We're not doing what y'all say. We got our own fish to fry. And they say in response, they say, ever heard of Malcolm X's Organization of Afro-American Unity or Fred Hampton's Rainbow Coalition, Tariq? We don't scapegoat immigrants. Like, we don't use immigrants as something to hide behind. We work with them. So we don't, I guess they meant, they're kind of dumb. We don't scapegoat immigrants. We work with them. And so they're saying that we don't, he's trying to say that we are scapegoating immigrants for something that immigrants don't do. Is that what they're saying? Is that what they're saying? Saying that our appraisal of immigrants ain't what it is? We work with them and anyone interested in dismantling all systems of domination, and that means capitalism too. We want to throw that in there, just put a caveat that, hey, we're socialists. Yeah, okay. My response was, man, trust that we've vetted these other groups since this speech, because they put a Malcolm X speech. That's what I want to say. They put a Malcolm X speech in the bottom, where Malcolm X was like, man, I'll work with anybody that's trying to end this system of oppression. He didn't say nothing about immigrants. He didn't say immigrants. He didn't throw that out there, but they used him as want to try to throw Malcolm out there and use him as something to try to claw off of. So I took offense to that. Y'all know I was about to be a part of the nation. I took great offense to that. So I said, look, trust that we vetted these other groups since this speech, and the results aren't good. Since we were talking about immigrants, Malcolm wasn't talking about immigrants, but since you want to throw it in, all right, we've looked at these other groups, motherfucker, since he made this speech that you're trying to mischaracterize. Your organization is foul to slight our accounting, right? We looked at these people, so you're foul to try to slight our accounting. You damn African immigrants, haters, you haters. So y'all not even being cool with us. Y'all being haters. ADOS holds all outsiders to a standard because we know what our labors and rallies have afforded them. We know what our works have caused immigrants to have and enjoy and kick back and enjoy. We blindly unify with no one. I don't care what Malcolm said. I guess that's what got, this motherfucker, he don't even care what Malcolm said. He don't care what Malcolm, nope. I don't care what Malcolm said, because y'all try to throw it out of context anyway. So no, I don't care what Malcolm said in that regard. I don't care what he said. He said he would unify with anybody to take over this system. Well, we've done some betting since, or not take over, but to remedy this system. But we've done some betting since Malcolm had that speech. So he would be proud of where we at, that we pointing out the snakes that want to stick a knife in our back and then act and pull it out, then act like they never stuck it in there to begin with. Never healing the wound. He glad we call out motherfuckers like that. So for y'all to come into as a side listener to the conversation, because you within earshot of the conversation that we have with this system in a way, and hate, smack all y'all motherfuckers. All y'all motherfuckers, man. All y'all. Alright, so that's what they doing, y'all. They trying to throw in Malcolm, like Malcolm is somebody that we're gonna say, oh well, since you said Malcolm, that must mean it's right now. Nope, it ain't right now what Malcolm talking about. Nope. If y'all wanna, even though y'all tried to frame it and take it out of context, we can take his words and still say, nah, that it don't fit to what we're talking about. And peace to our ancestor Malcolm X, man. We love you, bro. I know you out there in the universe, bro. We love you, bro. We gonna get on these haters like motherfucking Black Souls of America. We gonna get on them, Malcolm. We know you will want us to get on them for hating, trying to use your quotes to fit their little hater conglomerate. We know that you will want us to get on that ass, Malcolm. We doing it. Fuck them. Fuck them, Malcolm. We getting them. We getting them. Hold back, big bro. We getting them. Fuck them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they talking about blindly caving for immigrant groups. That's what they talking about. You understand? So there y'all have it, y'all. They on some save the trees, carbon taxing, and keeping up ways to get big government out the way. All that shit is just ornaments, really, to kind of sum up what they do. All that shit is just ornaments that they use to make themselves look sophisticated and of the stripe of a Bernie Sanders, who is the self-identified socialist in the presidential race. You know, Bernie's all about the unions, all about fucking Medicare for all of these, you know, hug the world ideas. All right, cool. Y'all get y'all hugs. We over here getting our paper. Fuck what y'all talking about. They trying to look sophisticated to the people like Elizabeth Warren, who's on that end the big corporations, stop the big corporations, take down the big corporations, all that dumb shit, right? But as a side note to all of that, they want to give their true position by saying, hey, oh, you ADOS, I need to care about immigrants. ADOS, y'all anti-immigrants, y'all don't care about immigrants. Ooh, look at ADOS. Nah, y'all a bunch of immigrants that found a little treehouse that y'all could hate from, called the Black Socialists of America. African haters in a treehouse called the Black Socialists of America. Hating from your little treehouse is what y'all really come to do. And we smell it. I mean, and we're not having it. Take offense to it, and I'm not having it neither. You know what I mean? If that's not a political talking point that they run with, trying to say we need to cape for immigrants, if that's not a political talking point that we see in this election, in this race for the president right now, if that's not a political thing, you talking to an apolitical group, an apolitical lineage rather, running that. We talking about economic issues that we trying to get situated. Everybody knows it, so to go find where we at and start clamoring for the immigrants, yeah, we know what you came for. We know what you came for. Y'all ain't fooling nobody. Black suckers of America. Man, black sucker list of America. Y'all just a part of the black sucker list. Y'all not even fucking with the real. Y'all a part of the sucker list, man. Fuck out of here, man. Y'all just trolling, struggle agent, having ass careers, and wasting people's time, man. That's what y'all doing, man. Like I said, these niggas, they just trying to put on airs for white mommy and daddy, y'all. I want y'all to see that. They trying to fake like they're some sort of refined, elevated, high-minded Negro that can talk about ecological issues and socialism. And we can talk about the immigrants, and we can talk about the Latinos. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all, man, they kept tagging this one group called the Latino Socialists of America. These Latino Socialists of America, they're on their website. Go to this Black Socialists of America website. They all buddy with the Latino Socialists of America. They call them Latinx Socialists of America, whatever. Call them Latino. They on that shit, right? They fucking with them like that, right? So when I see Latinos, right, and I add up all the other shit there, I'm thinking, hold up, man, Latinos, just off seeing Latinos, I think, okay, this is a quote-unquote black group. They are intellectually lightweight. Partnering with Latinos in this particular way. They probably don't even know Latinos own slaves. They're Africans, so they probably don't even know Latinos own slaves. They're immigrants trying to hate, so they probably don't even do the research to find out who's come from a lineage, something they don't want to focus on unless they talking about their little tribes. It's okay to focus on lineage when you're talking about them, but with us, no, don't focus on lineage. But if they did the research, they would find out that Latinos owned slaves. They were slave catchers. Motherfucker. They participated in the slave trade. They participated in black wealth lockout. So right off the bat, we know this is a group of lost Negroes, y'all. That's another thing we need to see, man. Like, we got to confirm that about these dudes, man. This is some coon biscuit, buñuelito frying, biscuit Cape Info. What do they call them? Buñuelitos for the Puerto Rican people. Buñuelitos. So y'all some buñuelitos frying biscuit Cape Info ass motherfuckers, man. And Puerto Ricans own slaves in America too. But I bet y'all ain't know that. Black sucker list of America on the sucker list. So we just gotta watch out, y'all, for this black socialists of America thing. Know the thought lineage in which they come in the name of. They probably are a diversion put up by Bernie Sanders. I've shown y'all that Mboo chick, that chick who made my coon of the day, I believe, one time, about a couple months ago. She was on Instagram, Bernie caping, talking about, you need to love the immigrants. Burn it and pull yourself up by your bootstraps and all that shit. The bitch with an old white man. She had an old white zaddy. Africans got the brains of these Africans twisted for real, man. It's insane. It's insanity. They love them some goddamn Bernie. Bernie Sanders, he is that man. He will do what is right for us. All you have to do, brother, is vote for the Bernie Sanders. Be down with the immigrants, brother. What you AWS doing? You AWS is out here. You are not wanting to do enough for the immigrants. You are being divisive, brother. I can hear the stupid shit out their fucking mouth, man. Right? It's like, come on, man. Stop it. We got bigger fish to fry. We got bigger shit to focus on. Shit that I talk about on my channel, man. We talking about, in terms of politics, we talking about no ADOS agenda, no ADOS vote anywhere, locally, whatever. We're trying to really manage our local politics apolitically, right? We ain't side with no bipartisan, no side. We ain't with nobody. Nigga, we better be down with us. And we'll jump ship in a minute to whoever do right. We ain't down with no one side. We ain't fuck all that stupid fuckery. That's dead. Dead as the day is long. Dead. You know what I'm saying? We doing that. We got a lot of shit to manage. We got lobbyism to get down and manage. And make sure that is able to undergird our politicians that we want to build up. We got to sow into our politicians, you know what I mean? To have them running our agenda whenever we call on them. I'm saying, instead of waiting on politicians to automatically just do what we say, no, we're going to sow into these motherfuckers. We got a different to-do list. And, you know, it's just, what can I say? It's going to be a time where these white supremacist buddy-ups and white supremacist outlets and little agents they send our way, like Black Sucker List of America, it's going to be a time that they can't get no shine, man, because we just going to stay the course. ADOS, we going to stay the course and shine. That's all it is, man. We're going to overshine these motherfuckers. We can easily overshine these motherfuckers now, and we're going to be easily overshadowing these motherfuckers into the future. It ain't finna be, it's going to always be easier for us because we gang up and we can constantly lay out the mission. We constantly doing the mission right? So there ain't no hindrance in how we shoot and then we don't miss. When we getting at these other motherfuckers, man, it's really not even no fucking game. It ain't even no slowdown. It ain't even no pause. So that's a good fitness to be in. That's a good conditioning for us to be in, man. Like, sense. Know that. But, you know, we got to jump on their head, y'all. That's an aspect of us forwardly progressing. I realized that there was a time where like, man, I don't want to fuck with them trolls. But now I realize, all right, that's an aspect of us forwardly progressing, is just to keep running these motherfuckers over and over and over and over again. It's like, yep. I mean, that's an aspect of it. You know what I mean? We keep discrediting them, keep invalidating them. Then we move the fuck on. And we might come back and jump back on their ass if they want some more smoke or whatever, but You know what I'm saying? This is how we doing these motherfuckers. I just want to lay this out today for y'all to just see that these motherfuckers is out here. They own the hate. This is just a group that's going to try to frame us as anti-immigrant. That seems to be their thing they want to go to. But as I've broken down today, they are true haters. They come pushing a system that their home countries don't even fuck with. Their home countries have ran from socialism. They're bringing a failure of a model to America, thinking it's going to stick. You have to be an African immigrant to fuck with them. So even Africans should run away from the black socialists of America. There should be no African immigrant fucking with black socialists of America. Because y'all have seen the failure of socialism in your own countries. Guinea, Ghana, Senegal, a bunch of other places. Y'all have seen it fail. So y'all shouldn't even be trying to get with them. My African brothers and sisters. You see, they're haters. They're haters, and they don't even know that what they're running behind don't even work in their home countries or whatever the fuck. They're kicking bullshit. They're kicking bullshit. And they're trolling. So we've cut them up. We've cut them up today. I think I've done my job today. And if I hear from them again in any kind of way, if they get on my nerves again, y'all tap on me. I'm going to throw my bags on and go jump on them. Fuck them. Fuck them for the bullshit. Fuck them for trying to smoke screen and dilute the conversation and try to frame us as bad. Fuck them for all of that. It's hater shit. Fuck them for all of that. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you know when I'm dropping. Check out my damn Teespring. That shit. Classic. Being obsessed over Wild Black, you know what I mean? Newest line. Go check this shit out. And I got a PayPal that you guys can use during this week. If y'all want to, give like super chat or whatever, go ahead and check out my PayPal. It's paypal.me/PDGAF. paypal.me/PDGAF. And I'll put that in the description just so y'all can have it as a reference. And I'll even put that on my YouTube once I get back to live. I'm only off for 1 week, so it'll be next Tuesday that y'all will see me doing YouTubes, but I'm still going to drop shit. I want the interaction, though. I really want the interaction with y'all. I want y'all to be there and, go to the chat. That shit is fun to me. I don't want that to be taken away from me. That's why my site is going to have chat and all that shit. My No Flag Radio coming. I'm going to be back on that motherfucker tonight working on it. I'm saying. But yeah. Get it, y'all.